person who gets what they want in every conversation isn't the smartest. They're not the loudest. They're not even the most likable. They understand something you were never supposed to know, something they don't teach in school, something they actively hide from people like us. While you're playing fair, they're playing to win. And in exactly 19 minutes, you'll never see human interaction the same way again. Last week, you watched it happen again. Someone less qualified got the promotion. Someone less interesting held the room's attention. Someone less deserving got exactly what they wanted. And you stood there confused, playing by rules that don't exist. Being nice, being fair, being everything they taught you to be. Here's the thing. They want you confused. They need you playing the wrong game. Because when people like us figure out the real rules, everything changes. There's a 500-year-old manual that explains exactly what happened to you. But before I tell you what it is, you need to understand why it was hidden. Michael learned this the hard way. MBA from Wharton. Perfect resume. Did everything they told him to do. Worked late, never complained, always available. 2 years later, Jessica became his boss. Started after him. Less experienced, less qualified. But Jessica knew something Michael didn't. I'll tell you what that was in a moment, but first, in Renaissance Italy, one man watched empires rise and fall. He saw kind rulers destroyed, cruel rulers celebrated. He witnessed good people, people like us, lose everything while manipulators gain the world. Stop. That anger you just felt, hold on to it. You're going to need it. This man wrote down patterns so dangerous, so accurate, that his book was banned for 200 years. The Catholic Church called it written by the devil's hand. Why? Because it revealed that everything they taught you about success is a lie. They told you hard work pays off. They told you to be authentic. They told you good things come to good people. Meanwhile, they play by completely different rules. But here's what's really going to disturb you. You've already felt these principles working against you. Every time someone less deserving won, every time your honesty backfired, every time being good got you nowhere. The man was Niccolò Machiavelli, and he died for writing what I'm about to tell you. His first principle will make you question everything. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Wait, before you think you understand this, you don't. Not yet. Your entire life, they programmed you to be yourself, to be authentic, to be real. But watch what happens when you're authentic. They look right through you. They dismiss you. They forget you exist. Meanwhile, the fake ones get promoted. The manipulators get married. The liars get elected. You know why? Because they understand something we were never taught. People don't want the real you. They want the version of you that makes them feel powerful. Think about your last conversation where you felt invisible. You were being real, weren't you? Sharing your actual thoughts. And they looked right through you. That's not your fault. That's their system working perfectly. The second principle explains why trying harder makes you lose faster. Never appear too perfect. This is what Jessica knew that Michael didn't. She made strategic mistakes, asked for help with things she already knew, made herself seem human while Michael exhausted himself trying to be superhuman. See, they want you trying to be perfect because perfect people are predictable. Perfect people are controllable. Perfect people burn out while imperfect people get promoted. But there's something about the third principle I'm not ready to tell you yet, because once you know it, you'll see it everywhere, and you can't unsee it. Actually, you know what? You've come this far. You're not like them. You can handle it. The third principle, people are so simple and so ready to obey present necessities. Humans don't respond to logic. They respond to immediate emotional pressure. This is why your careful arguments fail. This is why your facts don't matter. While you're making sense, they're making impact. While you're being logical, they're being memorable. The person who controls the emotional temperature of the room controls the room. And they never taught you this because they need you staying logical while they get emotional results. The fourth principle is your armor. The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. You need both natures, but they raised you to be just one. Either too smart with no strength or too strong with no strategy. They create half people. We're going to make you whole. The fifth principle shows why they always win. Men are so simple and yield so readily to the desires of the moment. Stop trying to change what people think. Change what they want right now, today, this second. This is exactly what Jessica did. She didn't challenge Michael's expertise. She changed what the board wanted to see, visibility over competence. And Michael never saw it coming because people like us aren't taught to think this way. The sixth principle will free you. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. They taught you to ask nicely, to say please, to wait your turn. Meanwhile, they take what they want and apologize later, if ever. You're not mean for having boundaries. You're not aggressive for stating needs. You're just playing the game they've been playing all along. David learned the seventh principle too late. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. David was everyone's friend at work, never said no, always helped. They loved him. They also forgot him completely when promotions came around. You know why? Because they don't respect what they can predict. They don't remember what makes them comfortable. They remember what makes them careful. But here's what they really don't want you to know about fear. It's not about making people afraid of you. It's about them being afraid to lose you, your standards, your presence, your approval. When people know you can walk away, they step forward. When they know you'll always stay, they step on you. The eighth principle explains every betrayal you've faced. Men are more ready to repay an injury than a benefit. People forget your help. They remember your boundaries. They forget your gifts. They remember your numbers. This is why being too nice creates enemies. You're teaching them that you have no limits. And people without limits aren't people. They're resources. If you're feeling uncomfortable right now, good. That discomfort, that's your programming breaking. That's their control loosening. That's you becoming dangerous to their system. The ninth principle is your permission slip. The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present. They change their minds whenever it benefits them, but they taught you that changing your mind makes you flaky or unreliable. See the trap? They get flexibility. You get chains. Stop feeling guilty when you update your boundaries. They never feel guilty when they update their expectations. The 10th principle separates us from them. Everyone who wants to maintain power must learn to be not good. Not evil, not good, strategic. They want you being good all the time so they know exactly how you'll react. Your predictable goodness is their playground. Jennifer understands this. You know a Jennifer. Sweet until she's not. Helpful until it doesn't serve her. She's not fake. She's free. And she's winning while you're stuck being consistent. The 11th principle, a prince must imitate the fox and the lion. You've been the same person in every situation. They've been whoever they needed to be to win. One face for the boss, another for the client, another for the competition. You call it fake. They call it strategic. Guess who's winning? The 12th principle, men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand. People believe what they see, not what's true. So while you're being genuine, they're being convincing. While you're being real, they're being remembered. The 13th principle, and this one's going to sting. The ends justify the means when the ends are justified. They taught you the means always matter, that how you win is more important than winning. Meanwhile, they're cutting every corner while you're following every rule. When protecting yourself or those you love, your nobility isn't noble. It's naive. The 14th principle, wars begin when you will, but do not end when you please. Every conflict you avoid doesn't disappear. It grows. It festers. It waits. They pick their battles. You avoid yours. They create boundaries. You hope things get better. See the difference? And now, the 15th principle, the one that determines everything. Since love and fear can hardly exist together, if we must choose, it is safer to be feared. But here's what Machiavelli really meant and what they desperately don't want you to understand. It's not about being scary, it's about being scarce. It's about making your presence a privilege, not a given. Remember Michael? Always available, always helpful, always there. He became furniture. Jessica? Hard to reach, selective with her time. Her presence became currency. Her attention became valuable. You've been playing checkers in a chess world, following rules that only exist in your head. while they operate by the real laws of power. But something massive shifts when you understand these principles. You stop taking things personally. You see the game instead of feeling the pain. That colleague who undermines you, they're using principle 3. That friend who disappeared, principle 8. That boss who lied, principle 9. It's not personal, it's the game. And now, finally, you know how to play. You know what? You're different. You made it this far. Most people would have clicked away by now, too uncomfortable with the truth. But not you. You're ready for what people like us do with this knowledge. We don't become them. We become unplayable. We see their moves coming. We protect ourselves. We finally win the games we didn't even know we were losing. You have two choices right now. Go back to wondering why things happen to you. Keep following rules they don't follow. Keep losing to people who aren't better, just better informed. Or join us, the ones who see the strings, the ones who refuse to be puppets, the ones who finally understand why the world works the way it does. These 15 principles aren't about becoming evil. They're about becoming aware. They're about seeing the matrix. They're about never being played again. If you felt something die while watching this, good. That was the part of you that was keeping you weak, the part they installed to keep you controllable. If you're ready to stop being readable, if you're tired of losing to people who aren't better than you, if you want to finally play the real game, then you're one of us now. Subscribe. Not because I told you to, but because you finally understand that knowledge this dangerous doesn't stay public long. They don't want people like us knowing these things. They don't want us comparing notes. They don't want us getting stronger together. Every video I make is another principle they don't want you to know, another rule they've been hiding, another advantage they've been keeping for themselves. Share this with one person, just one, someone like us, someone who's tired of being played, someone who's ready to see the truth. But be careful who you choose. Not everyone can handle becoming dangerous. Leave a comment with which principle explains something that happened to you this week, because I guarantee one of them did. And when you see others commenting the same number you chose, those are your people, the ones who see what you see. Like this video if you're done playing by their rules, if you're ready to write your own, if you finally understand why you've been losing. The revolution isn't coming, it's here. It's us, the ones who refuse to stay blind, the ones who chose to see, the ones who are finally truly dangerous. Welcome to the other side of the mirror, where power isn't taken, it's understood, where the game isn't rigged against you, because you finally know the rules. You were always powerful. They just made sure you never knew it until now.